God forbid we play cover 2.
Oh boy. Well, yeah. Speaking of cover 2, let's get into it. So Mel Kiper has come out with probably one of the worst takes on television history I've ever heard. He came out and said that the NFL should outlaw too high safeties. Just take a listen here.
Pick it up from there. Now that we've sort of set the table for exactly what your problem is with it, how would you try and solve it?
Well, I grew up with the best of the National Football League, 60s, 70s, into the 80s. You're talking about deep shots, right? The go route, the 9-route post. You're talking about Terry Bradshaw in a Super Bowl hitting John Stallworth. You see Leroy Irvin diving, right, just off his finger. There's the receiver. They laid it out there, right? Hit the receiver in stride, 65-yard touchdown. It's a beautiful thing to watch. That's what I want to see brought back to the National Football League. Okay, check down kings, bubble screen sensations, boring football. Game manager, I get it, but I want to see those deep shots. That's what the NFL was built on. I grew up with John Unitas, Fran Tarkington, Ken Stabler, Darryl LaMonica. You know, you talk about quarterbacks, Joe Namath. It was just like Brett Favre when he was doing what he did. Burt Jones with the Baltimore Colts. You think about those quarterbacks who would throw the ball down the field. I said what Bradshaw did with Stallworth and Swan, Roger Staubach. That's what I want to see brought back. Say, well, you can't do that, right? Well, you got a 5-yard rule with the cornerbacks, right? The Mel Blount rule, right? Now with the push thing with Hurts, you got to be a yard back now. So don't tell me you can't have those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage than they are. I was at games where I'm thinking, hey, too high? They're out in outer space. I couldn't even find us. They're playing with 9 guys, right? Where are the other 2? Oh, the other 2, they're so daggone far back, and even though they're part of the damn play. I'm telling you, we got to change this thing, and we got to have, hey, you can warn them. They come up, hey, guys, you got to get up a little bit, right? You're too far back. Warn those safeties, but you got to figure out, competition committee, somebody, Dano, somebody's got to figure out what that depth is, but it's too far back right now. The NFL is being ruined by these too high safeties.
Wow. Matt, your thoughts on that?
I mean, it might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I mean, people take advice from this fucking guy. This is why I'm so, we come to draft time and I'm like, why would anybody listen to this dude? And here's another example. Okay, look, 2 high safeties. Jordan Jefferson just ran by 2 high safeties for 97 yards on Sunday. A 97-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
They didn't, it wasn't a reverse. It was a 97-yard touchdown. Okay. So that's number 1. So that's his whole rationale is thrown out of the door right there because he's talking about 60-yard touchdowns and we're throwing 97-yard touchdowns. 2 high safeties didn't ruin the game. Okay. Quarterbacks did.
Yeah.
Quarterback contracts ruined the game. Not being able to coach anybody hard ruined the game.
Yeah.
Not being able to hit anybody ruined the game. 2 high safeties with the inability to go robber the crossing route and have Steve Atwater or John Lynch or Brian Dawkins rip your fucking face off. That ruined the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now we want to just tell the safeties to back up and not or to go to the line of scrimmage and so we can just run by them even easier. How easy do we need to make the game for the offense? And then also there's this thing. I know this is crazy. Listen to this. When they go too high, run the fucking ball.
Yeah, that's like
that. And then you know what happens? Then they walk the strong safety into the box and they roll the free safety high and they back off they press one side and maybe back off the other side and they rotate the coverage to the field and you have your isolated X receiver who's your bad motherfucker alone. And then you can figure out a way to manipulate the rest of the field with your eyes and your motion and all that shit, and then come back and hit him deep. Look, right now touchdown passes are in the toilet. Scoring is in the toilet. It's the National Football League or the National Field Goal League, excuse me. I mean, I'm excited about watching the Jets tonight, but at the same time, I know that I'm going to get a 19-17 snoring fucking snooze fest. And that's not because of the 2 high safeties, bro. Give me a break. I mean, come on, man. You guys take this guy seriously? ESPN is such a joke, dude. I mean, I watch it for like stats and news, but I try not to listen to anyone. It's either Stephen A. yelling at himself through someone else or like I'm not trying to look. I don't care if you played or if you didn't, but if your takes are just terrible, I can't take it seriously. Like, you can't act like you were a player and then you just blew them. Like, that's another thing that drives me crazy. You know exactly what I'm talking about. JB talks about it all the time.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
like it's okay if you don't, but don't act like you did it if all you did was cradle instead of carry.
Yeah.
So you feel me?
Yep.
Like, so I just, Mel Kiper, like, you got into this business because of your daddy, and I can't believe that we're at this point. Too high safeties makes the game boring, so let's make it illegal and get the guys closer to the line of scrimmage so I can be more entertained like a fucking 3-year-old. That's not what like the National Football League is supposed to be the best of the best.
Yep.
I don't want everything made easy for the offense. What kind of shit is this? The deep, you can't hit anybody. You can't hit the quarterback. You can't fucking hit anybody across the middle. You can't walk anybody turn back style anymore. That Quentin Nelson clip makes me want to throw up. I feel bad for Quentin, bro. You know, he just wants to deplete that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there's people in the chat and people that are talking like, oh, well, I'm glad he doesn't have CTE for the rest of the
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, I'm glad he's spared.
The big contact. The big contact, yeah, it hurts. But the repetitive blows are what give you CTE, you dumbasses. Mm-hmm. So you're getting it anyway. We might as well light somebody ass up if I'm going to be drooling on myself at 50 anyway. Yeah. I'm not going to remember any of this. I might as well have some fun. Exactly. I mean, shit, football's like Vegas, bro. Just whatever happens here, fucking stays here, okay? So this whole too high safety, it's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
And
Mel Kiper needs to go away. What a fucking idiot.
He's getting killed on social media. And speaking of
Coach, he should be getting killed. Get rid of this fucking guy.
Hold on. Speaking of Mel Kiper, Coach JB kind of broke this down, and he went off on Mel Kiper. Just take a listen here.
Mel Kiper saying to take the safety. Who sits right here at 10 to 12 yards normally. They're saying that's too deep. So now we have to cater to the offense even fucking more. Move them up here, and it has to be a referee behind them. Get up. Move up. So now you want the safeties at 5 fucking yards, Mel Kiper? You fucking idiot. Never been right on the draft yet? You said Ryan Leaf was the guy, you fuck! Now we want safeties at 5 fucking yards?
You said Ryan
Leaf. So you can throw a post to fucking Stallworth in 1967, you fucking toupee-wearing motherfucker! Holy fuck, you guys on ESPN are fucked, man! Now we have to dictate to the quarterback and quarterback. Please, I know we're all so shitty, but let's play cover 2 the fucking times. You fucking idiot! Dan Orlovsky, you should have came on my show, motherfucker. You fuck me. You don't know shit either. Sitting in them tight-ass skinny jean pants. You fucks. You motherfuckers don't know football. Get me on there, motherfuckers. You guys fuck.
Look, I know Coach is a prick, but goddamn, that's funny.
Oh my God. All time.
Hey, Orlovsky, you should have had me on your show, motherfucker. Oh, shit.